Okay, so in her new read, Discovering You, author Carrie-Anne Kiki Toms opens up about her life experiences and the journey of finding herself. And this is an honor for me to be able to talk to you about this book, because as much as I thought I knew, I'm reading the book and really my head is spinning from everything that you have lived through. For all intents and purposes, Kiki, you are a testimony of something. What would it be?
Perseverance. Perseverance.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just knowing instinctively and intuitively that everything will be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been going through it since you can't remember yourself.
Yeah.
Rough childhood. Seeking approval from parents.
Yeah.
Went through abuse from parents. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, physical abuse,
Physical
more from
abuse,
my father. Yeah.
more from your dad. Seeking the support of your mom. Leaving home at 15 to find that thing that could fulfill you.
Survival. That was the main reason.
Suicide attempts.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start at the beginning. Growing up was tough for you. What was the source of the discontent?
You know what, Sim, the truth of the matter is nobody is perfect. Everybody is trying their best. There's no manual on life. There's no manual on parenting. There's no manual on love. You just go along and do what you have to do. In doing your best, sometimes you still fall short in certain areas. And in the areas that you do fall short, there's still certain consequences of that. And so as such, I'm not an anomaly. A majority of us, you know, face challenges in our lives. And as such, it just kind of set the foundation, though, in showing me my true character, which is even in the adversity, I still rise and I still stand up.
Did you feel like you were going through more than most at the time? Were your friends having the same issues?
Yeah, they probably weren't, but I was just so busy surviving that I didn't even have time to focus on that. And I think for me, whenever I was around my friends, it was a breath of fresh air, you know what I mean? So it was more enjoying the moment than anything else. But it's made me who I am.
Yeah. So when you left home at 15, you had been trying to win the approval of your mom. That didn't quite work. Your dad, you had seen him physical with your mom. He was physical with you. When you decided you were leaving home at 15, big woman thing, the snow. What were you leaving home at 15 to do?
Oh, same, honey. It's all in the book.
Tell me.
It's all in the book. It's all in the book. But the truth of the matter is, for me, it's not so much about that story, because the stories that I share in the book are just supporting what the core of the book is. And the core principle of the book is how you can live a better life, how you can find the strength within you to move beyond what it is that you've gone through. So I only make references throughout the book to show the struggles that I've gone through, to show how relatable it is.
Well, you know why those are important? Because there are people who go through those situations and don't make it onto the other side like you have.
Yeah.
Which is why it's important, I think, to give the testimony.
Well,
I mean,
I can tell you in 5 minutes what the test, or less, in what the testimony is. I mean, it's physical abuse, as you said, incarcerated at the age of 19, having my first child while incarcerated, coming back home, and the week that I came home, or the night that I came home, was the night of my dad's night, because he had died in a tragic car accident. I had an ensued battle, so to speak, trying to be relevant in my son's life that I had in jail. Ended up being a single mother, and then along the way ended up in media, you know, so as you're in the limelight, you're going through all these things on the back end, and working through stuff, and then ended up married, ended up doing a documentary, ended up taking some time off to do the work that I needed to do to heal, and then here I am.
So how old are you again?
I'm 39.
That sounds like everything happening about 93
right now,
years. But
39 and just celebrated a birthday and very happy.
Yeah, because the book was kind of like
birth and birth.
Marking of that next age and stage.
Exactly.
Of your life. You call it Discovering You.
Yeah.
And you say the search is over. Does the search really ever end if
The
you're
search
discovering
doesn't. The search never ends. But however, if you're armed with the correct tools, then you can only get better. So if you have the foundation of, okay, I've met myself, I know who I am, then you live a more authentic life. So you have more authentic experiences, as opposed to always struggling to find out, who am I? Who am I? That age-old question. Who are you? You know.
When did you discover that? Who you were? Have you discovered it?
Yeah. Yeah, at the core, I really do know.
And how did you do that?
Through everything that I've shared in the book. It took a lot. It took me being on the floor emotionally and finally finding something that sparked my interest, which is I came across something that said how to detox your brain. And I was like, detox your brain? Is that even, what is that? You know, because I lived my life feeling that life was just in control of me. And in reading and doing more research, thanks to the work of Dr. Carolyn Leaf, I realized she's a neuroscientist and a Christian. And I was like, oh my God, both elements are relevant to how we exist as humans. So it was a very powerful thing for me, and the journey started there.
Tell me about the part that faith played.
A huge part.
In your coming to come and your coming together.
A huge part. I had a very powerful experience at the age of 7 where I was praying, crying out to God, whatever you want to call it.
At 7?
This energy that we refer to as God. And in the middle of the chaos, I just heard in my spirit, it's going to be okay. And that has never, ever left me. So throughout my entire life, anytime I go through the struggles, that's the one narrative that just continuously anchors me, that I know it's going to be okay, one way or the other.
At 7 years old, for a child to be crying out to God in that way is deep.
It is.
It's
it
deep.
Is. It is.
How would you characterize the last couple of years of your journey? We worked very closely together for a good chunk of it. Your foray into media when we started working together at Fame. You met Denver there and went on to marry him, and so that last part of your life, was that a huge part of your healing as well?
The last 2 years, because in our writing, as I was writing, initially I never included my stories in the book at all. The book was really just about explaining to persons how they can meet themselves, which is everything you seek without, you are within. So all the answers you have, you just need sometimes to just be guided. For example, in terms of neurolinguistics programming, which is where I'm heading to next, it's retraining your brain literally. And what that means is we all function from a place of maybe 15 to 20% of consciousness. The other 80 is still locked away. And until we're able to get silent enough or sometimes go through guided techniques, we won't be able to know what that subconscious narrative is that's guiding how we function in our daily lives. So that was literally the premise of the book. And then I had a friend of mine who read the first couple of drafts and said, Courtney Betty, and Courtney said, no, we get that, but it has to be way more personable. How are these things able to apply to you? So I pulled from all the key moments in my life that I know persons can definitely relate to, and even more, and say, listen, the entire life cycle is in the book. Parenting, marriage, relationships.
You've laid yourself bare in this book.
Yeah.
Very vulnerable, naked almost.
Truth.
But you've shown
it's true
that, as you said, you were on the floor.
Yeah.
At some point in your life, you've shown that you can get up.
Exactly. If you're on the floor and you're looking up, then the only place to go is up.
Nowhere to go but up. Nowhere to go but up.
Yeah.
Guys, the book is called Discovering You. The search is over. Kiki tells you everything and more just about of her life, of her struggles, of her journey, and of her rise like a phoenix. From the ashes that she has gone through. Where do we get this book? It's brand new.
It is brand new, brand new. So currently you could visit the website kikitoms.com. You could email me as well as at authorkikitoms@gmail. And then we're currently speaking with local bookstores because they like to see some kind of traction. So once that's solidified, then I'll put it out on social media and in public spaces where persons can actually purchase the book at the local bookstores. But for now, you can Instagram me, DM me, Kiki Made for TV, as well as Kiki Toms, or email authorkikitoms
at
gmail.
Toms, THOMBS. Don't leave the B out. Don't leave the H out. Buy this book, guys, and read it cover to cover. And especially if you're going through a rough time, you cannot see your way through.
It's healing.
Let me tell you, say this little child is here as little bit as she is. She tough like a buckram. There's nothing that can break Kiki, or else she probably would have been broken already. So thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you.
Kerry.
Thank you.
And if you want to hear her, I'm not sure I should really be doing this, but she's on Cool 97.
No.
There's people still love to listen to you. So
thank you.
If you want to find her, you can listen to her there.
Yeah.
Searching for yourself, help yourself discover, author of Discovering You.
Thank you. It's all
Carrie-Anne
healing.
Thomas. Final words? What did I say?
No, I was
Oh,
telling
yeah,
her to Karen. But yeah, the truth of the matter is the book is really about healing. My stories just accompany the logical and practical solutions and spiritual solutions that we can use to empower our lives. So I'm just introducing you to your own strength and how you can improve your life. And I just want to say this quickly. When I say spirituality, it just means that's the energy that's in you that we refer to as God that keeps us alive. So yeah, don't be skeptical and think it's all religious, and it's spirituality, and we all are spirits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Love.
Thank you so much,
All right,
Sam.
Kiki, Carrie Ann Tom's with us this morning. Discovering You, the search is over. That's a book. Make contact and see how you can get your copy.
Thank you.
Up next, everybody, find out how the process for getting a divorce in Jamaica has improved. True? All right, soon come.